If my celebrity crush is sitting next to me and I have a chance, I will text my partner and be like, I'm so sorry. I have a chance with my celebrity crush, and I'd hope that they would understand.
I would leave my husband for you. Thank you.
You have a real life girlfriend, a real life wife, and you're willing to put that relationship on the rocks for a celebrity crush.
Y'all are in the comments talking about a celebrity crush when you're married. You should not feel that insecure.
You're in a relationship with a guy and your celebrity crush comes up to you. Where'd you go?
Yes, absolutely.
Imagine this. It's 2010, 15 years ago, by the way. And you're a teenager who is absolutely obsessed with the dreamiest heartthrob on the scene. Posters are covering every inch of your wall. There's a thick stack of magazines that you collect and a
I'll start by saying this. I've been around a lot of people that had like celebrity crushes, especially females, but I never remember actually having one. Actually, no, I don't remember. But like, I was like a child, though. I feel like celebrity crushes is like, I don't think an adult should be participating in that. That's something for like, that's literally like a fantasy that goes around. Like, you think that one, you can meet your celebrity crush, and on top of that, you could actually gain like some form of interest to them, then get close to them, then to actually be with them. Like that don't happen to the normal people. It just doesn't happen. I think if there's an adult that's really into that, they probably watch a lot of TV, because that's the only time that you will see like that actually happening. Other than that, like real life, no. And I met some celebrities too. Not crazy close, but I met them. I was right next to them, and I didn't really tweak out. I just feel like they're adult. They're people. I don't think of them so highly as a lot of people do, and I don't know. This is it's kind of weird too. Like for an adult to have like a crush that's so crazy that they'll leave their significant other for that crush. Meanwhile, they don't even know if that person even values them as much as their significant other.
healthy obsession that felt like the center of your universe. It was a phase, something you'd eventually grow out of. A placeholder, we could say, until you found your first true love in the real world. But then you grow up, you find that love in the real world, and you have no problem telling them that they'll always be second place.
I don't give a
You know
I don't care.
I feel about Justin Bieber.
I don't care.
Babe,
I don't care.
he's literally
I don't care.
the first love of my life.
You don't even talk about me like.
How is he the first love of your life? You never met him. Where was he the first love at? And why does it look like there was somebody behind him? Who's that in the vid? But like I was trying to say is like, you don't know the person. You're creating this like relationship with this person that you never know. You don't even know how they are.
Bro, he's literally the first love of my life.
When we think about a celebrity crush, we may think about something that's harmless and distant. But lately, that distance has been closing in on a lot of relationships. And we're seeing more and more people catch their partners being a little too locked in on someone who isn't even in the room.
My boyfriend told me we don't do the celebrity crush, but I vividly remember probably our second week of knowing each other. Maybe we watching that video, Lotto and Ice Spice. I'm talking to him while we watching the video because I thought it was just music purposes, not you actually looking at the video. I'm talking to him, I'm looking at him, he looking at Lotto the whole time.
And while what they're watching may not ruffle a lot of people's feathers, how involved people are becoming with these celebrities is causing a huge boundary issue.
Is anybody else's husband or boyfriend as obsessed
with Ella Langley as my husband is. This man sends me memes about Ella Langley. Car, he's only playing Ella Langley. At the house, he's playing Ella Langley. The man is obsessed with Ella Langley. He joined her fan club. He joined her fan club.
A lot of partners will voice how attractive a celebrity is. They'll bring up the idea of a hall pass right to their face.
I told my boyfriend the other day while we were in an Uber that my hall pass would be Harry Styles. And then I asked him who his hall pass would be. And he proceeded to tell me that he would not even have a celebrity hall pass because he would never cheat on me.
But
yeah, he's bugging out. You tell me to my face that you would actually step out on the marriage just because you met somebody who's a celebrity. I'm gonna either hit you where it hurts or and tell you my celebrity crush. Or I would just be done with you right there. Because the thing that people don't understand is that although it probably unlikely that you do see your celebrity crush, there are people that looks like them. So if you like a person just because the way they look like someone, or because the way they look or their looks, you could end up finding someone who looks closely to that person. And what happens then? You know? Like, I know a celebrity is probably like out your reach. So if you do say that, maybe someone will take that to the heart. But at the end of the day, there are people, and there are people that looks like other people without actually be relating to them. But my point is, there are people that looks like other people, and if you're gonna tell me that you gotta step out because this person look a certain way, then you might also step out with somebody who you can actually reach that looks exactly like them or kind of like them in a way.
But the joke stops being funny when they actually get the chance to use their golden ticket and they don't hesitate.
I knew this woman that had a hall pass agreement with her husband, and her pick was Gerard Butler, and she took it very seriously to where even at work she would tell us, like, yeah, if I ever get to meet Gerard, it's a green light for me. So I wasn't surprised when later on I found out that she went to visit him while he was filming in Santa Cruz. He was doing that movie Mavericks, and she did what she wanted. She went into work the next day and bragged to everybody about this achievement she had unlocked.
The discussion of celebrity crushes is creating a heated discussion on if we're seeing something lighthearted and not that big of a deal, or if we're witnessing a complete lack of self-disrespect.
If you do not get on your hands and knees so your girlfriend can kiss a poster of Jacob Elordi, you are insecure and emotionally unintelligent. Like, you're just not worth it. Overall, I think this celebrity crush is going way too out of hand.
And it's also raising an even bigger question within today's relationship culture. Is this just a harmless case of admiration, or are we watching the standards of loyalty change right in front of our eyes?
If my celebrity crush is sitting next to me and I have a chance, I will text my partner and be like, I'm so sorry. I have a chance with my celebrity crush, and I'd hope that they would understand.
People are like, yeah, but it's my celebrity crush. No, you actively are saying how much you want to sleep with another human being.
Who cares? Or with a celebrity, it doesn't matter.
This conversation.
You see, the thing is, like, with everything that's going on right now, where the fouls, and we just hearing how people that we didn't even know was a certain way, is a certain way. So you looking at this person through the TV, not knowing that how this person really is, and then you do meet them and you do talk to them, and what if they don't turn out the way you fantasized? You know, at the end of the day, I feel like, especially for an adult, you should know how to differentiate what's a fantasy and what's not. Like, I know a lot of celebrities that I like, but no way I'm gonna have like a wife or a girlfriend and be like, yeah, I'm gonna leave you for her. Because at the end of the day, I don't even know the person. Not to mention, like, some people who who are celebrities sometimes be weird. They be weird, and certain things that you're finding out right now, it kind of solidify what I just said. They be some of them be living weird lives.
Is chaotic, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I've definitely noticed that my topics have been a bit heavy lately, tapping into mental health and body and beauty standards. And I know those are very important conversations that we need to talk about, but this is a messy conversation that doesn't make us look at the political and economic state of the world right now. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. But before we dive any deeper into the drama, let's talk about a much easier. It's important to remember that celebrity crushes aren't some new phenomenon, okay? This cycle goes all the way back to teens fainting over Frank Sinatra in the 40s.
Yeah?
Good morning. My name is Frank Sinatra.
What?
Young girls ready to riot if you didn't think the Beatles were the cutest boy band in the 60s.
What do you like about the Beatles anyway?
I like their music and the way they dress and their hair and their looks.
They look like girls to me.
They do not.
And the massive crowds that would swarm the Jackson 5 in the 70s. But even in those extreme moments, there was always this unspoken rule that these stars were larger than life icons that you never had the chance to be with. The boundary was simple. You liked them from a distance, and while they were a big part of your life, you didn't actually expect them to be a part of your life. Now, around the 2000s, though, things started to get a bit more interactive. We moved into a space where people spent more time watching a celebrity's everyday life on MySpace and YouTube. This level of the internet and access not only had fans acting like personal bodyguards for these celebrities, but it also created a digital footprint that I'm pretty sure a lot of these people prayed nobody would stumble on.
I am really mad right now, and you want to know why? You want to know why? Because I was on YouTube and someone left a comment on a video of Nick Jonas saying that he was an idiot and he only sleeps with girls who like his music. He's a virgin. He has a purity rate. He would never do something like that. What the heck is wrong with you? So I just want to tell you haters out there that when you mess with Nick Jonas, you mess with me. And when you mess with me, there are dire consequences. So either learn to shut up or sleep with both eyes open.
The early 2000s was a time to be alive, and I really wonder how she's doing today. But the industry was basically assembly lining these teenage heartthrobs, and all fans had to do was pick their favorite. It was like a draft, okay? They were drafting their future husband.
Our celebrity crushes. Right here, Nick. I'm talking about Joe. Nick is all mine. Joe is all mine. Nick is mine.
Yeah, I remember the horrors of having to be in a room full of like young teenage girls in my house or in like our aunt's house or something like that, and I would hear this exact conversation. And I had no choice but to hear it. There's nowhere else I could go. But when it comes to the celebrity things, there's one thing I want to point out, because they are called idols. And the reason why I call that out is because there's a thing called idolatry. Basically, so it's basically is you worshiping anything, any person, any objects of the earth, the heavens, and the water. At least biblically, that's how it is. So when they call these celebrity people idols, I think they did that for a reason. And I think there's a lot of psychological components to have people actually doing exactly what they're doing now when it comes to it. There's like the movies, the shows, how they portray them, how they portray themselves through their careers. There's a lot of people, like, if you was to know what were they doing, like, there's a lot of people that we know now that they did something heinous, but when they were doing it, when they was like on top of their career and they was doing these things, we wouldn't even think that this would have happened, you know. And I think it's because we kind of have this kind of relationship with whoever we watch and we listen to, and I think that itself could be dangerous, especially if you don't basically differentiate the two really things that you're doing. Like, if I'm listening to music, I'm just listening to music. Even if I like certain artists, I'm just listening to music. I'm not, there's no type of bond I'm making with this person because I feel like what he's saying is actually what he means, because I don't know this person, you know. And I think this is the line that a lot of people, they cross because they think that they know this person through their works. Meanwhile, that they're just working. It's just basically it's fiction. It's like I'm gonna use a weird explanation, but it's like when me and my friend, we go to this we went to a strip club before, right? And he would say things like, hey, I know that they're just selling me a fantasy. So it's the same thing with this. They're selling a fantasy to people so that the consumers could buy, basically. So they the innocent boy, she just said, one of the girls said he's pure because he have a purity ring. Yeah, most likely not true. You have all these groupies all the time. Most likely not true. But they will portray themselves as that so that you could fantasize. And you could think that, okay, this is the fantasy. I want this person, so I'm going to keep consuming what they do. And I think that's the psychological exponent that kind of makes these people go crazy.
This is why I should be Bow Wow and Omarion girlfriend. Play the song, please. I should be your girlfriend because I am real. I keep it 100%, 24/7, and I'm just me.
And y'all, I'm so glad that my mama didn't give me a phone to post videos like this on YouTube, because if she did, best believe me and my sister, without regret, would be right alongside them. I will say, growing up, my sister had somewhat of a healthy obsession when it came to One Direction, so much so that she literally made our niece call Niall Horan Uncle Niall for years. But because these silly relationships existed mostly in fantasy, mostly in their heads, the fans didn't have to follow real life relationship rules. You could rip the old love of your life off your bedroom wall with zero remorse the second a new celebrity came on the scene.
Okay, so this wall is now coming down. I don't want the Jonas Brothers up there anymore. I'm kind of over them. And this wall is coming down, and I'm going to put up all my Justin Bieber things that I own.
And the second Justin Bieber popped up in that purple hoodie, it seemed like the start of an obsession that some people still haven't gotten over. With the Jonas Brothers, let's say the fantasy.
And like when you do the things like those are called, you're basically making what's that called? An altar or some kind of I don't know what to really call it besides an altar. And yeah, that's it. As a kid, it's not so creepy and you don't know what you're doing. But like, can you imagine a 30-year-old, late 20s, even early 20s doing something like that? Like putting all posters. I remember my sister had like the whole wall in our bedroom like that. But yeah, but that she was a teen. But imagine like her right now doing that. I can't, like, what? That's weird. That is just weird.
Was still somewhat distant. We saw them on Disney Channel, some were lucky enough to go to their concerts, but when Justin Bieber came onto the scene, the fantasy started to feel a lot more personal. They were selling this boy next door dream with meet and greets and win a date contest.
Have you ever come so close to meeting your idols that you just couldn't control yourself? We searched far and wide for the country's biggest Justin Bieber fan, but only one of these lucky ladies will win the opportunity to fly down to Toronto with yours truly.
And you are going to get to go on a date with him.
But the win a date hype was just the beginning of the end of a boundary that was keeping celebrity crushes at a distance. And what made the obsession stronger was because social media made it feel like a two-way street for the first time. People didn't need a contest or to spend money on a meet and greet to feel up close and personal, because social media gave us a front row seat to potentially be noticed by them.
Guys, I now know what it's like to be a fangirl. I just had a celebrity reply to my DM. This is Oliver Stark, who plays Buck on 911, and that's literally him. This is his Instagram, and I just randomly messaged him, and then he replied.
So celebrities started sharing personal details, responding to fans directly, and showing their lives on reality TV shows. And in turn, this made having a celebrity crush a lot more harder to shake, because instead of just watching them, you could now engage with them.
However, now, in the age of social media, we have access 24/7. You can DM your favorite influencer, you can DM your favorite celebrity, not saying they'll reply, but that access is there to do it. And your favorite influencers in your pocket 24/7, posting maybe once, twice, or 3 times a day, updating you on their life.
And that's more dangerous for the woman than the men. Why I said that? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of them been like, especially for the basketball players, they've been DMing a lot of female Instagram models. You hear that story every time. I forgot, there was a story where like a basketball player like was in some kind of sexual relationship with a 16-year-old or something, like a young girl. I'm not gonna say anything else like that, allegedly, just in case. But yeah, it was from the DMs. So it is true, they can reach, you know, because social media they can reach, and I'm pretty sure some of them they probably, that's probably their method to just, you know, reach their fans and see who take the bait.
Their coffee order, what they're doing, what they eat in a day, just every aspect of their life, depending on what kind of influencer they are. And if you leave a comment and they reply even once, then that intimacy becomes even stronger because they're actually talking back to you. And the illusion of intimacy gets even stronger.
Now here's where the true conflict comes in, because even though the internet made celebrities feel more accessible, a lot of people didn't realize that the reality of who these celebrities were never changed. You can spend all day tagging them or leaving comments, but at the end of the day, you're still a stranger to them. And that realization can be a huge reality check, especially when you invest so much time and emotional energy into someone who doesn't even know you exist. There are even step-by-step guides on how to break up with a celebrity that doesn't even know you're dating.
Is there a celebrity that you are obsessed with? Every single day you're constantly thinking about them and refreshing your social media feed, wondering maybe one day I'll meet them and we'll be together. Well, it's not gonna happen. So here's how to get over your celebrity crush in the most normal way possible.
Despite people trying,
but the whole thing is not normal. It's very creepy, actually. Like, anybody who's, I guess, not delusional could understand that you're not actually dating who you think you're dating, because you're not dating them. So it's kind of creepy that people that's having like a legitimate problem when it comes to this, and they have to break up with the person in order to get over them. Like, you remember that story where the girl went up on stage and she had a boyfriend and she was like doing some crazy things on stage. Yeah, it's like after that, all she got is really like, I guess, dry humped by a celebrity, and then got broken up by her boyfriend. So it's like, yeah, I guess people need to go and touch grass sometimes. We need to know what's reality sometimes, man. Because if it gets to a point where you really think that you're dating someone and you're not, the person don't even know you existed, it's crazy. And I feel like you should get checked for that, low key. Sorry if that sounds a little insensitive.
To snap back to reality though, that fantasy of being with a celebrity crush is still stronger than ever, and it's growing to a level that's getting dangerous. We're seeing cases where it's going beyond just leaving a comment, but people are showing up with real life delusions.
Keanu! It's your divine wife!
Get her out of there.
You
gotta relax, man. Get her out of there.
She's ready to get hit.
While most people aren't being tackled by security, the need to be close to them, to be with them, is still ongoing.
You know, hold on.
And it's
that is true. I worked in a venue before, right? And they literally would tell us, like, this person has a stalker and we need to stay vigilant because this person has a certain stalker. They'll show us pictures and everything. So this is actually a real thing. Like, there's people that's literally, like, in their head, they feel like that whatever bond or friendship or whatever they had with the celebrity that they didn't have, they actually had it. So they acting on that. That lady right there in the clip, she was about to get hit by the car, getting slammed by security guards. Not even I want to get slammed by security guards. And she's just pushing through. She's just pushing through, and she looked like an older woman. She's just pushing through, getting hit and everything. It's like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing. Like, I think at some point, you just had to learn how to live the life that you have.
Still very strong. We have to remember, an entire generation practiced being loyal to a stranger before they even knew what it was like to be in a real relationship. If anything, that sense of loyalty has followed people into adulthood, becoming a third party in their actual, real, romantic lives.
Set times just got announced for Coachella, and my boyfriend, who is in worship, is clashing with Justin Bieber, and I don't know what to do. Who would you go see? Because this clash of the century, I don't know what to do.
Listen, celebrity crushes today are seen as normal, casual things that many people have, and it doesn't necessarily have to be toxic or disrespectful. There are claims of people saying their obsession was so strong they didn't even have room for anyone else, so there was never even a chance to be disrespectful.
I had an epiphany today, and I think I've realized the reason I never had a boyfriend in my teenage years is because I was so obsessed with Justin Bieber. Like, the thought of another man, there was no space for it in my mind. I was like, none of you the Biebs, so stay away from me.
But the conversation changes completely.
But how does that work, though? And you saying it like so confidently. Like, how does that work, though? This guy, over that course of years that you didn't date nobody, he dated like how many people? So it was like was it a polyamorous relationship, or only he is allowed to do that and you just stay dormant? So how does that work?
Once someone gets into a relationship, or at least it's supposed to change, because it starts feeling weird to some when your partner can't seem to keep their mind off someone else. And okay, we can be mature adults, because your partner acknowledging that a celebrity is attractive, that's one thing, but fantasizing about them in their private time is another.
My ex kept asking me who my celebrity crush was, and I was like, I don't know, I don't have one, because that's just true. I don't really have a celebrity crush. But he wouldn't drop it, and I was like, okay, fine, who's your celebrity crush then? And he, like, immediately, Ariana Grande. But it gets worse, because a couple of weeks later, he would always put on the music video channel for his dog whenever we'd like go to dinner and she was gonna be home by herself. So he flips on the music video, he's going through whatever, walks away. Oh, it's an Ariana Grande music video on. So this is my opportunity to be a little bit petty. And I'm like, oh, look at your girlfriend. Your girlfriend's on TV. And he was like, oh, I've had plenty of looks at that. And I was like, what? And he was like, oh yeah, I've gotten off to that music video plenty of times. I've had plenty of looks to that.
And as wild and extreme as that case was, like,
that's disturbing. She should leave. That's disturbing. For him to even be confident enough to say that to your face is wild. It is wild. Again, how does that you sitting here watching the video and getting off of that, meanwhile she's living her life with a boyfriend and she don't even know who you are. It's worse when it comes to a guy, because a guy is supposed to be more logical. I can understand this happening to a female only because the females are more emotional. So when it comes to this celebrity crush thing, which is an emotional thing, I could understand that more. But for a guy, it's just like, it comes off like real cringy to hear that from a guy, especially from a celebrity. Although, like, there are guys who have like celebrities that they like, but it's just like, to be on this though, a whole crush though, nah, that's a little weird to me. She should have left him.
Like I said, we're adults, and it's normal to acknowledge that someone is attractive. Maybe not like that, but it's normal to acknowledge when a celebrity looks good. I don't think Michael B. Jordan and Zayn Malik's faces are hard to look at. But I'm also a married woman who understands that having eyes and having emotional attachment, two different things. Here's the thing, celebrity crushes in the past, they were intense, they were wild. And while some of those fans were acting like they had a court-ordered attachment issue, for the most part, these crushes weren't commonly interfering with actual relationships. And let's be honest, a lot of those fans were kids. They were crying over posters and screaming at concerts and writing Mrs. Bieber in a notebook, and then they were going to school the next morning. In some instances, it's the same story. Now, there's just a boyfriend that seems to stand in the way.
I don't give a
You know
I don't
how
care.
I feel about Justin Bieber.
I don't care.
Babe,
I don't care.
he's literally
I don't care.
the first love of my life.
Meanwhile, I'm paying for your food. I'm paying for your lifestyle. I'm paying for the house that we live in. I'm paying for the food. If I didn't, I think I said that already. And you're here telling me that Justin Bieber is the love of your life? Then why don't he pay for this stuff? Why am I paying?
You won't even talk about me like that. Bro, he's literally the first love of my life.
And I know we've talked a lot about the girlhood side of this, but hear me when I say these men are not off the hook. It was just kind of hard to find a video of a young boy crashing out over Megan Fox on YouTube in 2009. But they're not off the hook, because today, a lot of these conversations are happening between adults who are already in relationships. The way this plays out in the adult dating world today is completely different. Now, partners are asking each other, who's your celebrity crush? Just out of curiosity. And they're realizing very quickly that they wish they never got the answer.
Just begged my boyfriend to tell me who his celebrity crush was. It'll keep me up at night. Dua Lipa. This is my boyfriend. Here he is, okay? My celebrity crush? Harry Styles. Let's go back to his celebrity crush. At least him and Harry Styles are like in the same genre.
No one is forcing couples to have this conversation, but the way it's being brought up shows how commonplace celebrity crushes have become. And because everybody treats it like harmless fun, people are answering a little more honestly than they probably should.
Ever feel bad about your love life? Remember the time I asked my boyfriend what he thought of Beyonce, and he said, a beautiful, amazing woman like that would never be interested in someone like me. Meanwhile, me, the girl he's currently with, like...
So now it seems like asking your partner who their celebrity crush is should probably come with a warning sign, because not every answer is going to be the one you may be happy to hear. And if you're not happy to hear it, it could backfire on you because you missed the joke or you took it as a bigger deal than it actually is, when in reality, you're obviously just hurt that they're finding someone else who isn't you attractive, and they're blatantly telling that to you to your face.
You will risk your real life relationship, risk hurting the real life feelings of someone you're supposed to be loving for someone that doesn't know you exist. And you don't realize that's pathetic. You have a real life girlfriend, a real life wife, and you're willing to put that relationship on the rocks for a celebrity crush like you're some teenager lovesick over America's heartthrob.
Now, I have to show y'all the side of the internet that is disguising questionable relationship behavior as humor and not a big deal. Look, I can see where a joke fits. I understand a lot of these are jokes, but I find it very interesting and telling about where loyalty stands in modern relationships today. If someone can joke about how they forgot they were married and pregnant while seeing Joe Jonas perform, and then have a flood of comments of people joking about how their husbands will be their second love, and others joking about getting a divorce, those lighthearted jokes can eventually lead to a very warped view of loyalty without people even realizing it. And they're masking it behind the fact that this person is famous, so it's okay.
Oh my god. My heart is racing. Wow, Haley is a lucky woman.
I don't know how some of y'all do it. When you're married,
that is crazy. She's basically being a groupie in front of her husband. Basically. That is crazy right there, yo. And the guy is just looking now. I remember my ex, right? She told me some shit like that. I got pissed, yo. I was tight. But I was young. But I was like mad though. And I was just telling her like, yo. And it became this thing. So I understand like some people who that's in it. But as a 33-year-old man, though, that ain't happening. Once I hear some shit like that or something like that happen, it wouldn't even be a relationship to go back to. Because even if that's a celebrity, to me it's just disrespectful. I remember I think I was talking to my friend, my best friend, and I told him that. I'm like, yeah, if my girl just blatantly tell me that she has any type of liking to another guy, especially if it's not on the crust of he looks handsome or he's a good looking man, right? Because I feel like that's harmless. I would have other people or other women I will see that I would find attractive also, so I won't blame her for that. But if it's on some like that video, when it just seems like she just can't control herself and she's lusting and literally like a groupie in front of me for this person, ain't no way. Ain't no way. ain't no way I could continue that relationship with her. Nah, because you just told me everything. Anybody who looks like this person, that's just a regular person, but he looks like that celebrity, who knows what you would do just to get like a fraction of that fantasy fulfilled. So, not me. I'll be off.
There's a level of respect that married people need to have for each other.
And for a lot of people, the discomfort isn't even just that their partner has a famous crush. It's who the crush is. Because when your partner's celebrity crush looks nothing like you, sounds nothing like you, carries themselves nothing like you, it can start to feel a little disrespectful very quickly.
If your man has a celebrity crush and they look nothing like you, that's a bad sign.
Look, ladies, if you have a man, it is totally fine to have a celebrity crush, man. I've never understood when guys get upset about that. But just at least have the decency, though, to make it someone who at least resembles your man a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, tell me why my girlfriend was like my celebrity crush.
Then it wouldn't be a fantasy. The thing that about fantasies is that it's not real. It's something that you like or you think you like, but it's not real. So if it resembles something that she has already, then there will be no need for her to have that fantasy. Right? If it resembles someone that, unless the fantasy is because the other person's rich or a celebrity. But other than that, if they look alike, what would be the point of having that fantasy over them? And I would find it a little bit concerning, because is that why you date me? Because I look like another person? Or is it because you like how I am? So either way you slice it, you know. I just don't think like grown adults, like once you pass the teens, which is like 18, 19, once you pass that, you're not even allowed to have a celebrity crush. It just it just doesn't make sense. And again, you could say like, hey, this person looked nice. I like this person. I like his achievements. I like what he does. I like the shows or the music he puts out. And I think he's very attractive. That's different than you having a crush that you will jeopardize your relationship or your marriage for. That's just stupid.
Jack Harlow. Like, it's like she's trying to rip my heart out, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it.
One prime example, and honestly a prime factor that made me create this video, is the way people are crashing out online over country singer Ella Langley. There's been a lot of posts of men who call themselves Ella fellas, and they're fans, right, of her music, right? But wives online can't help but side-eye that claim.
No one has warned me about this Ella Langley effect and what it is doing to men. I get in the car with my fiance and he goes, oh, let me show you this song. And what is it? Be Her. Of course it is. Then he goes, yeah, she's like the whoa. Let's back that up. I am still here. And then he was like, yeah, she's so pretty and gorgeous. And I said, correct. I agree. Maybe not the hottest person you've ever seen in your life, because
the husbands know every lyric, they're replaying interviews, joining fan groups, bringing her up unprovoked, and acting a little too excited every time she pops up on screen.
I need to poll the wives, the girlfriends, I need your all's help. Is anybody else's husband or boyfriend as obsessed with Ella Langley as my husband is? I mean, listen, I'm not the jealous type, but I'm starting to maybe get a little jealous about our girl Ella Langley. This man sends me memes about Ella Langley. Car, he's only playing Ella Langley. At the house, he's playing Ella Langley. The man is obsessed with Ella Langley. I just need to know, has anybody's life been turned upside down out of nowhere? I mean, he showed no signs of this before. Anybody else dealing with this? Anyone?
There's even full themed birthday parties where the highlight of their big day is just another woman. And okay, maybe I worded that a little too dramatic, but I didn't say anything that wasn't true. If you do think I'm being dramatic, you're probably just a little bit more secure than me, and that's okay. But not even the least insecure person in the room would be comfortable hearing their wife tell another man this.
Thank you so much. I would leave my husband for you.
The conversation is moving away.
Yo, first off, Post Malone have a really crazy look. What is that, bro? If I didn't know that was Post Malone, bro, like he has a crazy look. Then to hear the woman, good thing. I mean, her imagine she goes home, right? Because her face is not on the video, right? She go home to her husband like, I met Post Malone, and then she plays the video for him, and then it says, I'll leave my husband for you. Like, how you think he would feel about that? I would hit her with some divorce papers so fast, bro. But it's a crazy concept. I know, like, I've heard it before, but I didn't think it was this deep. I didn't think it was this crazy to the point where people would actually leave or like jeopardize what they have in reality for a fantasy. So that's something.
From people maybe just loving their music and then maybe their looks being a plus. There are literal videos circulating right now where people are openly admitting that their loyalty only matters until their celebrity crush is sitting next to them.
If my celebrity crush is sitting next to me and I have a chance, I will text my partner and be like, I'm so sorry. I would cancel my celebrity crush, and I'd hope that they would understand. And I say, see you later to the relationship.
Don't preface it like you saved yourself to the
My
long-term
celebrity
relationship.
crush. This is a comedy podcast. I'm kidding.
People are like, yeah, but it's my celebrity crush. No, you actively are saying how much you want to sleep with another human being.
Who cares?
I get it for like middle America.
No, I don't. I get it for me. Bro, with a celebrity, it doesn't matter.
Do you guys have a celebrity crush?
Yes.
You're in a relationship with a guy, and your celebrity crush comes up to you. Where'd you go?
Bye, guy.
Yeah.
You would leave your boyfriend.
Yes, absolutely.
Huh? You've been with him for 10 years.
Yeah. Give a
Out to my extra 6 years, and I've been the same
You
thing.
say you would just leave him?
Yeah.
For the celebrity?
Yeah.
You're married to the guy.
Give up. You're gonna hear from my lawyer.
And look, certain relationships can be built.
That's why you don't always go after every one of them, bruh. Not every pretty face is the right person. And I would just say lengthy relationship, man. You always need to know who you're dating. And you don't know who you're dating by short term. I know a lot of people, there's people out there that would marry within like a year or two. Nah, bruh. You need to know who you're dating these days, man. Because if people are this out of mind, that they are going to chase something that they are not sure of, and they would easily push you to the side because of it. These are people that's not supposed to be dating or getting into like actual relationship, because it's like, what is the point at this point? What is the point of the relationship if you could easily just say bye to this person that you know and that you know built the relationship with, just to chase somebody you don't have like 1 inch of like who they are. You don't even know who they are for real. And and it's all to chase a fantasy that you had probably when you was a kid. It's crazy. And for the people that has it, I think, again, if you're a teen, it's probably innocent. But if you're older and you're still like dreaming your eyes over like a celebrity, it's something you need to figure out. You need to go to a therapist. But I'm gonna end it right here.